Rob has been with the group for 3 years and been very active in it. He's our graphics designer. He has set up the video, and he video records every one of our presentations each week. And I'll let him tell you what he does with that and everything. But Rob, take it away.
All right. So my name is Rob Birt. And that's 2 words, right? So, but who thinks they can tell me what my job is?
I go communicate the unique qualities of your client.
It's not bad. It's not bad. And it's not a title. Because graphic designer, illustrator, industrial artist, trying to explain that to people, those are all my titles. But my job is to create visuals, to communicate ideas, concepts, and messages. All right. But why illustration? I mean, we've got photography, right? But why would you need illustration?
The picture's worth $1,000. I mean, 1,000 words.
But can't photography do the same thing?
Not always, because
Not always.
you can't always take a picture of what you want to express.
Right. They're not there. Maybe the idea hasn't been invented yet. Maybe the object isn't there. Maybe it needs to be conveyed in a specific type of way. Like the patent office. They have to have drawings that are black and white. They can't have colored pictures or because it doesn't get duplicated properly. All right? But that's one of the ways, or one of the reasons why it's about illustration. But how do I achieve this? Is it via creativity? How do I convey all this information appropriately?
You're taking your data, which is basically talking to your customer and finding out what they want to say and figure out what the customer wants to hear. And then you try and build that bridge.
But it's a system, right? Like with marketing, I'm not necessarily directly a marketer, or at least I market in a different way, but it's a system, and it's based upon psychology. Am I a psychologist? Not really. I don't have a degree. I'm not a doctor, sorry. But what I do have is I've got 18 years of experience working with people who had a learning disability. Also, while I was doing my design work and my art and illustration. I did that for 18 years in an applied situation, basically trying to convey to people ideas and concepts who probably a lot of them didn't know how to read. It was maybe hard for them to read. So talk about when words fail. When you have a communication problem, when you have a communication gap, this is when you need to resort to other methods to convey your idea and your concept. This is my background. But going forward with that type of idea, let's get back to visuals again. Talking about color theory is one of the ways that we achieve that. All right, there's different meanings behind the colors and how it affects us. Red often inspires what?
Passion.
Passion.
Or caution.
Caution.
Anger.
Down.
Anger.
Danger.
Okay.
Red stocks are down. Green stocks are up.
Okay.
I don't use red
I
because
should have said
red means
danger.
down.
Right, and danger. But it actually surges in adrenaline in us. There's that, if we're in a red room, it gets us excited and we're warmed up. It also gets you paid attention to
Is that
stuff.
why you wore your red
Yes.
sweater today? Looking very nice.
Sharp. Somebody's paying attention. Blue is often has this calming effect. It's often used in prisons on their walls to calm them down. But it's also, in the business world, it's stoic. It's vast. It's like the ocean and the sky and the mountains. That's why Prudential has that nice little piece of the rock, right? All right? Because it's stoic. Green. All right? What do you think with green?
Renewal,
Renewal,
growth.
Money.
calm, money. It's often related with growth. All right? But in the same context, Disney uses green, or certain types of green, to show evil and decay, and they use it on all of their dark imagery. If you look at all of their evil characters, they'll have some sort of green aura about them,
Mixed with black, though.
mixed with a darker black or a brown.
Like
Oh.
the witch.
Orange.
Intelligence. Maximum security.
Food.
Food.
Would you believe that orange makes people hungry?
I didn't know that.
I've heard that, yeah.
Because we think of harvests and pumpkins and earthiness and oranges, but it makes us hungry. It actually instills something in there psychologically that basically makes us get a little hungry.
What about yellow?
Yellow, it's bright, and it instills.
Beer, right?
No, actually, yellow is very uplifting.
Refreshing.
It's often associated, if you have a yellow flower, it's often associated with friendship. But yellow also is one of the colors that we cannot look at for a very long time. It creates the most strain on our vision. All right? Where am I at?
Not bright yellow.
Red, purple, blacks and whites. Those are actually shades in the artistic world.
Not
all right?
actually.
It's not actually a color,
Right.
because there's definitions of gradients that basically the blacks attribute to red, and how dark it is and how white it is, and whether it's pink and pink white added to red basically makes it more uplifting and romantic and more feminine.
Black is all colors, right? And white is the absence of color.
It depends on how you're actually applying the color, whether it's via light or whether it's via pigment. Because in light, it's the absence of all the colors, and in pigment, it's the addition of all the colors.
Interesting.
But when we're also talking about white and black, black is actually used on the borders of items. If you notice, if you've ever been in a black room, you feel kind of claustrophobic, it feels dark, it feels smaller, it feels closed in. And your artwork on the borders, it's also used to close in and define that space and point towards that central location. Whereas adversely, white, when you walk into the same size room and it's all white, it feels larger and feels open. Same thing also occurs on print. It actually expands beyond the borders of the page that you're looking at. So those are just some of the concepts and ideas that I use doing my job, which is making visuals so that people can understand them and that the message gets relayed. So Rob Birt, graphic design and illustration.
Is that it?
Thanks, Rob.
That's it.